Hello friends, now we are discussing the third experiment of this chapter. It is about to demonstrate that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. In lower standards, you already studied this experiment. Here is the method. It is somewhat same as the previous two experiments. Take a plotted plant having comparatively large and simple leaves. Keep this plant in a dark place for 3 days to discharge. Wrap as wrap an aluminium uh, strip on the both of the side on one of its leaf as per shown in the diagram. Keep this plant exposed to sunlight for 2-3 days. Now plug the leaf of plant having aluminium foil strip. Remove the strip carefully. Keep this leaf in a hot alcohol till the leaf becomes colorless. Now take out the leaf from alcohol, wash it with tap water and place it in the solution of iodine. We observe that the leaf exposed to the sunlight shows the presence of stars and it becomes uh, black, blue black. But the portion under the strip remains colorless because the sunlight is not available on this part. The sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. So we can say that the sunlight is very important for the photosynthesis. Now, how the plants get their raw materials? Generally, plant get their raw material from the soil and from the atmosphere. Plant needs water, carbon dioxide, and other minerals. So we discuss it one by one. Water. Plants absorb water by its roots from the soil by the process of diffusion, and plant also absorb water from the atmosphere by the stomatal pore in the form of moisture with carbon dioxide or oxygen. Carbon dioxide is absorbed by the stomatal pore and other materials. The nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, iron, magnesium are taken up from the soil along with water in the form of solution of salt. So water-based solution uh, in the soil are sucked up by the plant root and utilize these minerals for its body. Nitrogen is essential element used to prepare protein and other nitrogenous compounds. You have already discussed in standard 9 uh, as a nitrogen cycle. So some bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria, fix atmospheric nitrogen in the form of nitrates and nitrites. These these compounds in the form of solution which suck up by the plant root and make protein in the body of the plants. Now we are discussing Heterotrophic nutrition. We already discussed autotrophic nutrition. This is the other mode of nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. We already know that the organism that cannot synthesize their own food by the simple compounds like carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. So they are dependent on the other plants or animal for their uh, need of food. So they are the organic substances obtained from the plant and animal as a food. After intake such substance, the food is digested into simple form and then organisms utilize it. So when they ingest food in the form of carbonic compounds, simple organic substances are formed during digestion and easily absorbable material, and then organisms utilize it. As for example, all animal, some species of bacteria, fungi, etc. have a heterotrophic nutrition. So heterotrophic nutrition, the types of heterotrophic nutrition, the saprophytic, parasitic, and holozoic. So saprophytic. In this nutrition, the dead and decaying organic matter are absorbed through saprophytes. They depend entirely on non-living organic substances, just like animal excreta, remains of uh, our house household kitchen remains. Bacteria and fungi utilize this dead carbonic matter and fulfill its need. Now, parasitic nutrition. So some organisms depend on other living beings for their nutrition. They depended directly on the other animal called host. They obtain their food, but they did not kill them, but they harmed them. As for example, bacteria, fungi, cascata, tapeworm, ascaris, mosquito, lice, they directly depended on the host but not kill them. Holozoic nutrition. In this type of nutrition, parts of plants or animal or whole organism are taken as a food which then digested by digestive enzymes into simple substance and absorbed by body cells of animals. These organisms consume whole plant or whole animal as a food or part of plant or animal as a food. The digest they this food is digested in their bodies by the enzymic process into simple substance and absorbed by the body cell of animals. And undigested food is then thrown out from the body by egestion. As for example, human, rats, snakes, frogs, tigers, etc. The classification of animals according to their food eating habit. They are herbivore, carnivores, and omnivores. You have already studied in lower standards. Now, nutrition in amoeba. Uh, for uh, for this question, you have to see diagrams from the textbook and on the page 98, figure number 6.5. Amoeba is unicellular organisms. Its mode of nutrition holozoic. We have already discussed. Process of obtaining food phagocytosis. Amoeba is a microorganism, so its food is also micro. So phagocytosis, they are feed on cell, animal or plant cell. Process involved in the nutrition are in, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. The first one is ingestion. The mean of ingestion is how the food is taken into its body. Amoeba ingests food particles or cell by forming temporary finger-like projection called pseudopodia around food particle and encaptured along with lysosome into a bag called vacuole. So they form a bag-like structure called food vacuole. It is a bubble type structure. Second one is digestion. Food is digested in a food vacuole by the digestive enzyme of lysosome. You have already studied in the ninth standard that lysosome are the digestion used in a digestion process because they have the enzymes for digestion, absorption. The digested food in the food vacuole is absorbed directly into cytoplasm by diffusion. After digestion, the nutrients are formed and it's directly absorbed by the process of diffusion in the cytoplasm. Now assimilation. Absorbed food is used to obtain energy and in the growth of amoeba. This digested food is utilized to obtain energy, growth of amoeba, and in the cell division, egestion. The undigested food remains in the food vacuole is thrown out of a cell by rupturing cell membrane. This food vacuole it has undigested food and touch to the cell membrane and rupturing when it touches the cell membrane, just like bubble in the water. In a paramecium, thin hair-like cilia around all over the body. By sweeping of cilia, food particle in water enter in the specific spot called mouth. This process is known as ingestion for paramecium. And other four processes followed by ingestion as described in the case of amoeba. So you have to study these these topics carefully, learn, and writing practice is also needed. Don't forget to learn and read textbook.